We're seeing here in New York vile, disgusting, pathetic, horrible drug addicts, vermin, sleaze, slime, the detritus, the horror, the flotsam and jetsam of humanity. We're seeing stuff we've never seen before. I always knew there were drugs. I always knew people use needles. I always knew somewhere there was always this, these people who did this, but I never really saw them. I never came into contact with them. I mean, I heard about it. And in the past month, I've seen more needles, multiple needles. I'm going to tell you something. I saw a guy, doing, they always say sometimes they shoot between the toes. I thought, okay, maybe this was like a jackweb. Maybe this was some kind of a, like a dragnet version. I saw this. And when I went to take a picture of this to document this, the guy says, hey, you can't do that. I said, you can't do drugs on the street. What is this? Heroin? I don't even know what the hell it is. What is this? But here's the best part. The people who are doing this without fail are not African Americans or people of color or the usual folks from uptown that you think are normally involved in crime. No, these are like zillennials. These are kids with like beards whose nicknames should be Moondog. They look like baristas, with the obligatory tats and the nose. These are young people. Where did they come from? No, seriously. Did they just start becoming IV drug addicts, sticking needles in their neck, strewn about, Times Square? And I mean, where were they? They're brand new, but look who they are. Who's recruiting them? In 30 whatever years, I never saw these people before. Now I do. Where are they from? Where did they come from? Do you understand this? It's almost like they're either brought here or recruited or something. Is this some traveling troupe like the road show for Panic in Needle Park? This is seriously. I mean, there was always you'd see, a degenerate, or maybe you'd see somebody who was out of it. Maybe somebody. Never seen this many people not passed out, but almost dead. Narcan resistant. Where did they come from? Who are these people? Where did they come from? Where were they? I don't understand. Where were they? Where are they? Why are they here now? This is the critical question. And we've got a mayor and others, and it's not just New York, it's San Francisco, and it's Portland, and it's LA, and it's going to be Chattanooga, and Tuscaloosa, and Jacksonville. It's going to be everywhere. Because like with the broken windows policy, there's a feeling that is going on to the world that America doesn't care. Let me stop for a second, my friends. Let me ask you, please, before I continue with this incredible peroration and disquisition, please subscribe to Lionel Nation on YouTube. It's so important. We ask you please to like this video as well as subscribe. It's critical. Also, we ask you to hit that little bell, that wonderful little notification bell, so you'll be notified of live streams and new videos. And right now, let me say something very quickly. Preparewithlionel.com. I want you to write this down, preparewithlionel.com, and go and look. Go look and see what this is. There's a link right here, and this is for emergency food. There was a time when if I would have told you about emergency food, you would have thought, no. I have never seen so much catastrophe, calamity, chaos, and fear on the part of people who are under the, I think, the reasonable, perhaps, apprehension and suspicion that there might be something a little bit more than randomness that's going on in the promulgation of such horrible weather systems. And it ain't climate change. Now, I'm not saying what it is. I'm not suggesting. What I am suggesting that you do is you go to preparewithlionel.com, because we're talking about a 3-month 90-day supply, 3-month, 90-day supply of emergency food. Not I mean banana chips and prunes. I mean 21 varieties that'll keep you going for 90 days. You need one of these per person in your household. Preparewithlionel.com. Go right now. Use this link and get $200 off a 3-month supply. But do yourself a favor. Don't just look and see what we're talking about. You will be surprised and you will say, I've got to have this. Because one day you're going to say, you're going to thank me and thank yourself. Because if you don't think calamity's coming, if you don't think there are really going to be scary times with God knows what cataclysm we're going to go through, well, you're not paying attention. There is a move on the part of someone, whether it's the shadow government, whether it's Biden, whether it's I don't know who it is, to destroy this country, to destroy the fabric of it, the feeling of it, the hope, the glory, the pride, the background, the backbone, just the foundation of this. I have never seen all of a sudden more. Why am I seeing more drug addicts on the street? This is by design. Where were these people before? They weren't anywhere. They're being manufactured. They're being recruited. They're coming out of the woodwork. Why? Good question. Where in the hell are these people coming from? Where is this mayor? Not only here in New York, I told you elsewhere. We're seeing crime, but we're also seeing this insanity. Crazy people that are getting the word that, hey, it's okay. The coast is clear. I can be as nutty and weird and strange and odd and dangerous and scary as I want to be. That is exactly what's happening right now. And you're seeing it and I'm seeing it. And I'm not making this up. It's like nothing we've ever seen, and you know it's true. And some people will say, well, you're talking about New York or LA or San Francisco or Portland. You want to go through the other cities? It's everywhere. The proliferation of drugs. And I am what you would call a libertarian, though I will never be a member of that organization. But I've always been for the legalization, the non-criminalization of the possession of drugs. But there is something that we're going to have to do. And by the way, we're going to also have to reconsider our laws and our opinions regarding the warehousing of individuals, the warehousing of people who are out of their tree and pose threats to themselves and others. We are turning this, it was one place, there was an article in today's New York Post that said, Times Square has become an rhymes with ship hole. I'm trying to keep this clean, folks. The cloaca, the orifice, the anus of society. That's what it is. And during the 60s and 70s, when Times Square had the dirty, the kind of, taxi driver, the girls in the circus, it was safer because the pimps and the folks who were involved in this horrible, horrid type of behavior, at least what they did was they made sure that it was safe for people to ply their wares, safe for hookers, safe for pimp, safe for people to go into these places. It was safer. It might have been rather disconcerting to look at, but you didn't have this. This is off the chain, not just criminality, but insanity mixed with drugs on levels we've never seen before. And if you don't think this is a deliberate conspiracy, a plot targeted to destroy the very framework and the foundation and the undergirdings and the lattice work of our society, if you don't understand that, and if you think that's a conspiracy theory, I feel so sorry for you. But something tells me you agree with me 100%. That's why you're watching, and that's why you're here. Dear friend, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for watching. Thank you for this. And please remember right now, my Patriot Supply, take $200 off a 3-month supply. Look at this stuff. I never thought I would actually be saying the end is nigh, the end is near. Calamity and chaos are forthcoming. And I'm serious. It's not an exaggeration. What next? Because it takes nothing for this society to go nuts. All right, dear friend, have a great and a glorious and a wonderful day despite all of this. And I ask you now to comment as you see fit.